Welcome to the City of Santa Paula's June edition of our video newsletter. Welcome, I'm your host, Jonathan Royas. Things are heating up in Santa Paula and we have lots of great things going on. Today, let's check in with Vice Mayor Jenny Crosswhite, the California Oil Museum, the Chamber of Commerce, our Santa Paula Unified School District, a message from our city manager, and a COVID public service announcement. Now, let's kick off this month's newsletter by finding out what is happening in and around our community and what you can look forward to this month. Let's check in with Vice Mayor Jenny Crosswhite.
I'm Vice Mayor Jenny Crosswhite, and today I'd like to tell you about two organizations that are doing innovative work in Santa Paula. The first is the Santa Paula Social Services Coalition, and the other is All Children Thrive. The Social Services Coalition was formed in February of 2021 with the goal to help community members get connected with the resources that they need. A lot of social service organizations are doing great work in our city, but sometimes our residents find it hard to figure out where to go and how to get connected with these services. So they're trying to make it easier to spread the word, and also they're trying to build their relationships with one another so that they can work better together. The City of Santa Paula, the Spirit of Santa Paula, Latino Town Hall, Poder Popular, Vista del Mar, Interface Children and Family Services, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and the Partnership for Safe Families are some of the organizations that are involved in this partnership. Look for more information on Facebook and Instagram by following SP Social Services Coalition, or you can email for more information the SP Social Services Coalition at gmail.com. The other organization is All Children Thrive, and Santa Paula has been chosen as a pilot city. So the goal of ACT is to prevent and heal adverse childhood experiences and to promote child and family well-being. The local ACT team is comprised of city staff, council members, community and youth members, and ACT coaches. And their goal is to identify projects and make policy changes in order to make sure that all of our youth are thriving in Santa Paula. So the focus of this effort is to increase youth civic engagement, to find new ways to empower youth voices, and to do outreach in order to identify the issues that are facing our youth and families. The reality is that we all thrive when our children and youth are thriving. So watch for future announcements and stay tuned for more exciting news coming from this group. To find out more about ACT, you can go to www.act-ca.org.
Our historic California Oil Museum and Energy Education Center is now open. Let's see what they're up to.
Hi, welcome to the California Oil Museum here in downtown Santa Paula at 1001 East Main Street. I'm Jean Beach, Executive Director of the museum, and we're so happy to be opening again and welcoming folks back to our beautiful Victorian building. So happy to welcome people back to see our permanent exhibits on the history of California, the history of oil and agriculture here in the state. Come see our beautiful big working rig, which is one of 3 in California, but the only one that's actually in operation. Please stop in and see our Women in STEM exhibit, Voyage of Discovery, and our other rotating exhibits. Soon we'll be opening our Rock and Mineral exhibit. We'll be hosting science workshops for kids and activities for adults. We look forward to seeing everybody back here at the museum. We're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 4. Come back in, visit our beautiful courtyard, and enjoy a day in Santa Paula.
Let's see what the Chamber of Commerce has in store for us this month.
Hi, I'm John Marcus, Executive Director of the Santa Paula Chamber of Commerce. I'm standing in front of the Santa Paula Police Memorial, located on the corner of Mill and Santa Barbara Streets. Completed in 2011, this monument stands in honor of the law enforcement officers who gave the ultimate sacrifice while serving the people of the city of Santa Paula. Marshal Henry Norman in 1913 and Officer James Barrymore in 1953. Their names and a brief description of their last day of service and end of watch are forever cast in this obelisk. The bricks at each entrance to the memorial also recognize those who have served with the Santa Paula Police Department Each brick provides their employee's name, their highest rank held, and years of service. The bricks are a contribution which helped fund this monument. Here's what's coming up in June at the Chamber. We welcome 5 new members to the Chamber: Tate Enterprises, Santa Paula Yoga Center, Hope's Loft, Santa Paula 10th Street Plaza, and White Bison Ironworks. On Sunday, June 13th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., the official grand opening of Pro Body Fit Club, located at 957 Faulkner Road, Suite 110. The ribbon cutting ceremony will be at 1 p.m. Join us for food, arts and crafts, vendors, along with a DJ and raffles. On June 19th, our monthly downtown Santa Paula Open Market will feature over 70 local vendors. The event is from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Main Street between Davis Street and 8th Street. For more information on these events and the Chamber, please visit santapaulachamber.com.
Let's hear from Dr. Ed Cora from the Santa Paula Unified School District as he shares some upcoming events and bids us farewell.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ed Cora, Superintendent of the Santa Paula Unified School District. I'd like to begin by giving a brief update of some of the things that are going on in our district. First of all, I'd love to say it is great to have our students back in school. All students are back in a hybrid program, and to let parents know also that we're getting ready for the fall, and in the fall we will have all schools open 5 days a week for all students. So that's the plan right now, unless the Ventura County Public Health Department tells us otherwise. I'd like to also mention a couple of other things. We have some graduations coming up. It's that time of year. Santa Paula High School is scheduled for Friday, June 4th. Depending on the tier that we're in, if we're in the orange tier, we'll have 2 graduations, one at 3, one at 6 p.m. Renaissance High School will graduate on Thursday, June 3rd. Back to the high school, if we're in the yellow tier, we'll have 1 graduation ceremony, and that will be on, again, Friday, June 4th at 6 o'clock p.m. Also, Isabel Middle School will have a drive-through starting at, I believe it's 1:30 on Thursday, June 3rd. Students that go to Santa Paula High School, Renaissance High School, or Isabel Middle School, you can receive more information from their school. I also want to mention that on May 22nd, our high school will have a modified prom for seniors, and following once again the Ventura County Public Health Department guidelines, safety guidelines, and we're excited to be able to provide that to our students. A couple of other things I want to let parents know that we have a summer academy open to all students. You just have to register. Please go on our website and you'll be able to find out information about summer academy once again for all students. So please have them register your child. Also, I want to give a great big thank you to the Santa Paula Rotary, the Santa Paula Education Foundation, Latino Town Hall, and the Optimist Club. All together, they have donated in scholarships to our students $126,000. That is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you to our local organizations for helping out our students. I also want to say that 2 weeks ago, we recognized teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week for all the hard work that they do every day in educating our students through this difficult time. This week is Classified Appreciation Week for our classified employees. So thank you to our classified staff for all the support they provide. Lastly, if you do not know, I am retiring as of June 18th, officially June 30th, but June 18th will be my last work day. And so I'd like to say thank you very much to the Board of Trustees who hired me. Thank you to the Board of Trustees who are in place now. Thank you to our administrators, our certificated, our classified staff, the wonderful students, the parents, and all the community members in Santa Paula. I've had a great 3 years here, but I'm ready to spend some more time with my wife and my twin daughters, who are 30 years old, by the way. This is my finishing up my 37th year in public education, and I hope I've given back to all of the students and all of the parents and all of the staff members I've worked with. So thank you for everything, and keep going, Santa Paula.
Time for an update from our city manager.
Hey everyone, Dan Singer here. You know, as we move away from COVID-19 and the June 15th date approaches, Santa Paula is really starting to heat up, and we're opening up our doors for some great activities this summer. Our cruise nights have begun downtown, which is the first Friday of every month, and our Parks and Recreation Department has begun online registration for our summer camps and other summer activities. Plus, summer movie nights are going to begin again, so be on the lookout for these free events in a neighborhood park. And with the end of the pandemic, you may have noticed that we removed some of the temporary seating in the public streets we have downtown. One thing the city has decided to do was to continue to keep Davis Street next to Main Street closed. So please come out with your family, enjoy this area, sit down, have a meal, enjoy our historic downtown, and support our merchants. It also pleases me to share with you an update on our Peck and Faulkner Road rehab project, which is part of our city's 5-year pavement management plan. After some temporary delays of the project, work has now begun and is expected to be completed by this July. The city appreciates your patience and cooperation while construction is underway, as there may be some unavoidable traffic delays typically associated with these types of things. If you have any questions regarding this project, please contact our Public Works Department. They can be found at 805-933-4212. And lastly, the City Council is beginning to put our American Rescue stimulus funds to work. So stay tuned for updates on how all these monies are going to be used for projects and programs in our community. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay Santa Paula proud.
Lastly, we have an important COVID public service announcement to share with the community.
I would say the biggest concerns that people have, number one, do the vaccines work? And they do extremely well, amazingly well. And number two, are they safe?
People feel like this vaccine was developed so fast, how can it be good and safe, right? But the science was already there and the infrastructure was already there.
No corners were cut, there were no shortcuts. We did all the things that we would normally do. We just did it all essentially at the same time, and everyone was working on it. So that's why it happened quickly.
I want my vaccines to do two things. Number one, I want them to keep me from getting the illness, the disease, the virus. And number two, if the virus makes it through, I want my vaccine to save my life.
The other thing that everybody wants to understand is side effects.
You know, there are side effects for many people, so people kind of get scared about that, and I get that. I wouldn't recommend anything that I wouldn't do myself.
I'm deadly afraid and allergic to needles. I cannot, I can share that with you completely. Then I got my shot, redness, some soreness. I was not feeling that shabby that day. I had a little bit of fever, and by the next day I was done. And the second dose was the same story.
If they get those reactions, it's like their body's doing its work. It's a good thing if your body's reacting, so your body's doing what it's supposed to do.
The vaccines will not give you COVID-19. I'm going to say that again. They will not give you COVID-19. They don't have the virus itself in the vaccine.
There's like a fire hose of information that's coming at people, and it's really hard for people to sort out what can I rely on and what's not true.
There's no microchip. No one's going to put a microchip in when you get the vaccine.
I will show you the microchip that I already have. Give me 1 second. This is my microchip. It's a cell phone. They don't need to give me a microchip to actually add me anything in my brain.
It does not change your DNA. None of the vaccines that have been out there has that capability of doing that.
Because of my own experience, already have taken both vaccines. So it makes it easier for me to talk to them and say, nothing has happened to me, like I haven't changed.
You can always ask questions. Feel comfortable to ask the questions. If you're afraid, let them know you're afraid and tell them why you're afraid, and let us provide you the information that you need.
There's a lot of doubts about families' immigration status. Will they ask me for documentation?
You absolutely can get the vaccine if you are undocumented. We know that that is not a barrier, and anyone that tells you otherwise is wrong and needs to be reported.
This is available for everybody, regardless of the immigrant status.
Getting a vaccination cannot be used as a public charge or any other limitation to someone's ability to achieve permanent residency in the future or even citizenship.
The vaccines are totally free. They're paid for by the government.
The vaccine is free. It is 100% free.
You don't have to have insurance to get the vaccines.
It doesn't matter if you don't have insurance. It's available for everyone.
It's safe to do it, and it works.
It's one of the most effective tools that we have to protect ourselves, our families, and going back to normal. We already have passive things, and we probably have them tattooed to our hearts. Social distancing, putting the mask, making sure that we're washing our hands. But right now, the most actively thing that we can do is making sure that we create antibodies on a safe way to protect our loved ones and ourselves.